Okay, for this next part, okay, we need to know what are the standard equation of the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Okay, so all x, y, z-axis, right, passes through the origin. Okay, so remember previously a line must have a point, so this will be called 0, 0, 0. Okay, and when we look at this is how the xyz plane is usually being drawn. Okay, now if I have x-axis, then I will plus lambda, or I will have a value for x but no value for y, no value for z, so that's why it's just lambda 1, 0, 0. For the y-axis is just lambda 0, 1, 0, and for the z-axis is called 0, 0, 1. Okay, so in this case, and before we go there, I know plane is the next part. Okay, so plane is actually just like this. So there's a difference between a plane and a line. Okay, a plane is like this 3-dimensional. A line is 2-dimensional. So if I cut the xy plane, means there's a x value, there's a y value, but there's no z value. So that's why z is equals to 0. So but at this point, this is not very important yet. Okay, so the important thing is understand how to represent the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis form in terms of a equation. Okay, now if we are going to do something like this, write down a vector equation for this line that passes through here. So remember, r equals to a plus lambda direction. The a is a point, you can use 117 or you can use 341, doesn't matter. Plus lambda, the direction, just take the difference between 2 points, 3 minus 1, 4 minus 1, and 1 minus 7. You are going to get 117 plus lambda 2, 3, negative 6. Okay, so this is the r. Yeah. So when it crosses, so for part 1, when it crosses the xy plane, okay, it means that z is equals to 0. So again, r means a xyz, or it also means a point on the line or on the plane. Okay, so all you need to do is to say that, oh, this is x, y, and z. R means xyz, or it's just a point on the line, okay, for at this point of time, equals to 117 plus lambda 2, 3, negative 6. Okay, so these two, right, can combine to become one bracket, which is equals to 1 plus 2 lambda, 1 plus 3 lambda, and 7 minus 6 lambda. Okay, so this is your x, y, z. So remember, cross xy plane means z equals to 0, right? Yeah, so just look at this third equation. 7 minus 6 lambda equals to 0. Lambda equals to 7 over 6. Okay? Yeah, once you got this, so at this point, it's important to understand how I find lambda for something. And after I find lambda, it's always to sub it back into the whole thing. So therefore, the point is equals to, just put your lambda back into this equation, 1 plus 2 times of 7 over 6, 1 plus 3 times of 7 over 6, and the last one will be 0 because I already set z equals to 0. Then that will be 20 over 6, and 21 plus 6, 28 over 6, 0. Simplify the terms over here, and then you are just going to get 10 over 3, 14 over 3, and 0. Okay, so the next part is we need to understand how to find lambda, as well as, or if you have x, y, and z axis, just remember this is the 3 equation of the line.